A very warm good morning to all of you. Dear students, once again, welcome back to the English literature class. Today, we are continuing with the same poem, unit number 6. The title of the poem is Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. In the last class, we were studying the first stanza of this poem. Today, in this class, we are going to study the second stanza of the same poem. So without wasting time, let's move to the class. But before we begin with the second stanza, I would like to grab your attention to those points which we were discussing in the last class. Or in other words, let's revise the first stanza once again before we move to the second stanza. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on higher vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. So here the author says, I was wandering, I was just moving in the air like a lonely cloud that floats on high or vales and hills. So I was just moving above the hills and valleys, and I was able to see everything from the sky because I was moving above the surface of the earth. Then, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. So, at a moment, when I was moving above in the sky, at the earth, at the bottom, I have seen a vast area covered with golden daffodils. So, when we look yellow color from a far distance, we will feel like it is golden in color. So he felt that it is golden in color from a vast area which was covered with daffodil flowers. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Again, he has noticed it was beside the lake, so he was seeing these daffodil flowers beside the lake, an area which is very near to the lake. And beneath the trees, under the trees, near the trees, he had seen a huge number of daffodils fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So it was making beautiful movements according to the breeze, or in the breeze, it was moving. It was having a vibrating petals and its leaves, and the plant itself was making a kind of wave. It was moving and dancing in the breeze. So this is what we were discussing in the last class. Now let's move to the second stanza of the same poem. Continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. Okay. So it was continuously making its own movement. So according to the breeze, the plant was moving. It was just shaking its head. It was shaking its flower according to the wind. And again, the author says that as we have already seen, it was golden in color. So what's the speciality? When the rays of the sun fall on the flower, it will shine. So that's why he says, continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. So the author was constantly looking at the flower, and it was shining like stars. And how it shines? Shines like stars that shine on the Milky Way. As we know, Milky Way is a galaxy, includes our planet, and we have seen the images of Milky Way, and it is looking so beautiful, right? In the same way, the author is comparing the scene of these daffodils with the Milky Way. How beautiful Milky Way is. In the same way, the scene of daffodils was really beautiful, and each flower of this daffodil was twinkling like how the stars are twinkling in the sky. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. So the author is giving an exaggeration here, never-ending line. Of course, we know there will be an end, but still, in order to convey or in order to make the reader understand the real feeling of the The author is giving an emphasis here by saying that it was stretched in never ending line along the margin of a bay. And again, 10,000 saw I at a glance. Again, he is giving an exaggeration here. 10,000. At a time, I have seen 10,000 daffodil flowers. And again, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Here there is a new word for you, that is tossing. Tossing means moving one's head suddenly upward. So in the breeze, this flower was moving and making vibrant steps or vibrant movements. So that's why here the author says that the the flower was just making its head move. And what was the direction? Upward. So when the others saw the flower, in return, this flower was it was very active. So that's why the author was really enjoying the particular moment which he had experienced or which he had seen while he was floating in the air like a cloud. Okay, so once again, let's go through the lines. Continuous are the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So continuously he was just looking at the flower, and it was twinkling like stars on the Milky Way, and it was stretched in never ending line. So it was not having an end. In such an area it was spread along the margin of a bay. And 10,000 saw I at a glance. At a time when I looked at the flower, it was 10,000 in number. And as I have already told you, it is an exaggeration to express the real feeling of other, or in order to share the real feeling of the author with the reader. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. So once when it has seen the author, or once the author saw the flower, both of them have got an enthusiasm. That's why, according to the breeze, the plant was dancing. So this is what is the meaning of the second stanza. And dear students, with this we are winding up today's class. In the next class, we will see the remaining part of the poem. Still we meet in the next class with the remaining stanzas. I would like to sign off. Thank you.